Yeah, I think there's a few things. I think first of all is catching that momentum is one of the biggest things. Playing with high energy, practicing with high energy. You always want your practices to always be harder than the game. I think also too, a big thing is as the season goes on, you want your fundamentals to get better as a collective team. From every little detail in practice all the way to how we take notes all the way to obviously how we play the game and the little critical things that we wanted to do throughout the game. So I think those are the two key things. And then ultimately, as the season goes on, it's about making special plays and making your layups too, but also making special plays. Guys doing a great making a big time knockdown on defense to a big time strip sack on defense to running backs hitting the hole and taking it to the crib. And if it was a 15-yard run early in the year and making it a 60-yard run, a guy making a big time catch like Courtland's been doing some special things, Jerry too, and really looking forward to what we can do.
Russ, what pride do you take in your statistics being a lot better so far this season than last year? I mean, you've already equaled your touchdown passes from last year, 16. Or do you kind of look at it like, well, we're still 3-5? How do you look at that stat?
I think the first thing that matters and the only thing that really matters is winning. I think that's the number one thing, and we want to be able to to focus on this week. That's the thing we can control is this week. I think we've done a really good job of that. And when it was tough early on, we kind of have hit a little bit of a stride here, and I think that we just got to keep our heads down and keep working. I think for me personally, I know what I'm capable of, and being with Sean and working with him every day, this coaching staff and everything else, it's a blessing. Obviously, I think also too, I got great teammates around me. It's really those guys making unbelievable plays, and so I'm fortunate to be able to play behind a line that's tough and gritty. They'll battle every play. So it's been good so far. We can be even better. I'm looking forward to it.
You talked all the way back to the start of camp about the identity of this team and wanting to be physical and run the ball, coming off of 40 rushing attempts, obviously 45 against Kansas City. Where are you in that process of figuring out what exactly this is?
Well, I think we're a resilient team. First of all, I think that's the first thing. The type of team you want to be resilient and want to be relentless. I think those two things are really critical, and that's in whatever we're doing, whether it's special teams, whether if it's defense or offense. I think we've battled through. I think number two is I think we want to be multiple. We want to be able to be physical in our running game and hit huge runs. And those 2-3 yard runs, those mean a lot because next thing you know, you're going to break them later in the game. I think in terms of the passing game, we always want to be explosive. Every time one of our receivers or tight ends or running backs catches the ball, we think that we can take it to the house. That's the mentality, and I think that's been good for us.
Mike McGlinchey said that he felt like the team was starting to work. You picked up on that, and if so, how important is that as you get ready to start the second half?
Yeah, I think our belief has never wavered, but I think it's increased in terms of, I think that when you go out in the field and you get to win against some really tough teams, win at home and kind of get a little bit of a flow there, I think that's always a good thing. And I think more than anything else too, we've got some great players that are just coming onto our team. McGlinchey's a great example. Coming for the 49ers, have done a really good job over the years and has won a lot. And so he's really fitting in great, and he's leading us as well. You got big powers come from the great organization of Ravens, and just a really good player, physical as can be. You've got these these big pillars. I think big Zach Allen, who's talented as can be too. So we got additional pieces that have come in too that have been really great. I think also more than anything else though, we believe in each other. We really believe in each other. We believe in our work ethic, how we come to work every day. And then there's, as a player, this is my 12th year in the league. As a player, every day you go to work, you want to be around guys that ultimately believe at all costs, and that's who we are.
Russ, coach praised you for being able to make plays off the script, but he also said managing the team is a priority. What does that mean to being able to manage the team?
Yeah, I think there's several different things. I think first of all, you always want to make your off-script plays, but I think also too, as the game goes on, every game's different. Every game, like I always tell you guys, every game has a history of its own. I think certain games are more of a physical, checking at the line of scrimmage, changing plays and this and that, going certain runs and this and that. Sometimes it's checking the plays that, throw the ball wherever it may be. Sometimes it's being able to know that it's going to be a battle for 4 quarters and maybe an overtime game, and knowing that at the end of the day, when the game comes down to it and finding a play. So there's always that. And I think the part of this game and playing this position is that doing whatever it takes to win. That's what I love to do, man. Whether it's making a block, if it's on a run, or if it's having to step up and get hit and making a throw in certain moments. So.
Let's follow up on
Mhm.
And maybe you run in it almost twice as much as you pass it. How do you have the patience or to take advantage of the more limited opportunities?
I mean, I love it when our guys are making plays. No matter, I don't listen. I don't really care who's getting in the end zone. All that matters to me is our guys are making plays, man. I love winning. I'm obsessed with it. I love seeing everybody do shine and do things. So we got a great running back in Javonte Williams. I mean, he's one of the the best running backs in the league, I believe. I think that you guys are really seeing that as he's coming off this injury and how special he's been. I think obviously Jaleel, and what a great rookie he's been. I think he's been one of the top rookies in this game. So there's guys that are making special plays. P. Ryan can do some amazing. He had that amazing stiff arm last week. I mean, there's a lot of guys, and then we got these playmakers on the flank, and they can do it all. So I'm blessed to be able to work with those guys every day.
Russ, what kind of relationship do you have with Von Miller from all those Pro Bowls? Obviously,
Yeah.
you played against each other very much, and what do you see from him? And how different would Super Bowl 48 have been if he was?
Man, I've had the challenge of going against Von Miller. Von is there's a few things first of all I want to say about him. Number one is obviously he's one of the best defensive players to ever play this game, and true Hall of Famer, a guy that's plays the game the right way. His ability to bend, his ability to get to the quarterback, his ability to make key plays. He's been like that historically for all these years, and to be able to play it the way he's been playing, this season and everything else, he's as tough as it gets to go against. He's a special player. I think the second thing about him is that, I got to go to Courtland's wedding, and he was there, and man, he's just the light of the room everywhere he goes. He just he knows how to impact the room. Impact. I guess the beach. I don't know. We were on the beach, but we're just having a good time, man. Just being around him. And then I think we've obviously been around each other at Pro Bowls and stuff like that. So he's first class player and also first class man. And I think the last thing I want to say is Trevor. Von and I know each other because of Trevor Moad too as well. So we've he was a guy that spent a lot of time on the mindset and thought process. Me too as well. Obviously Trevor's was one of my closest friends, so we bond on that too as well. And so he knows what it's like.
Two more for Russ. Just when it comes to Courtland's game, aside from his statistics,
I think we've always believed in Courtland. I think he's one of the top receivers in the game. He's got amazing skills to catch the football at any moment. He's physical in the run game. He's the ultimate team player. He's the ultimate champion in terms of his mentality every day. I always look at guys. You always know that how a guy practices is who he's going to really become, and I think that he's one of the best in the game, man, and just all the things that he can do. So he's a great teammate. He's a great leader. And he's probably one of the best athletes I've seen too. He can shoot. He can hit a baseball. He can do it all. He can bowl. So he's got a little bit of everything, and he's good to be around.
Do you have any relationship, Brandon, with Josh Allen at all? And what do you like about him?
Well, yeah, I've gotten to know Josh a little bit, not as much, but I do know that he's an amazing competitor, man. I'm watching him play every week. The things that he can do on the football field are really, really special. He's a great competitor. His mentality, somebody that I admire watching the game of football. He plays it as tough as can be, and some of the things he can do is one of a kind. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Okay.